The truth is slowly being leaked thanks to some brave, amazing creators. And I'm about to play you those clips, but we need to make hashtag ad a trend and get it out there ASAP to stop the lies and the deception before it goes any further. Biden and the Democratic Party are paying large creators ungodly amounts of money to sway the public into voting for the left. And these creators are not being honest with their followers about the entire thing being a bought and paid for advertisement. Regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, if you've been paid to promote a political party, your followers deserve transparency.
And this morning I got an email from someone claiming to be from the Democratic Party. And they said, what would your rate be to post positive videos about Joe Biden? And I replied back, honestly, I know nothing about the economy, and I know nothing about politics, and I'd rather stay out of it. So they responded back, we understand you're not a fan of the Democrat Party right now. How much would it cost? I was like, you know what? I wonder how bad they want me to post this. 50 grand. And they said yes.
I'm honestly a little nervous to make this video, but honestly everyone deserves to know because they're not being told. And as a creator, integrity is one of the most important qualities. It's one of the things that I promised myself I'll never lose through the years of doing this. I highly value the trust and love that is being poured into me by my audience, and that's why I'm making this video, because there are creators out there who don't share that same sentiment. There are creators, and I'm going to go ahead and place the hashtag ad up here because some of them forgot the hashtag ad in those posts. But there are creators on here that are getting paid handsomely, up to $200,000, to make content and live streams to promote and encourage, manipulate their viewers to vote for the left. Not that I have an issue with either side. What I have an issue with is using their love and trust against them for a paycheck and not letting them know.
Well, that's good to see. Look, for all of the creators that are out there that are, just getting going and building followings and anything, like the one thing that you have is your integrity. That is the one thing they cannot take away from you. You can give it away, but they can't take it from you. And what's interesting to me is when the DNC or whenever these PACs or super PACs or whatever they might be, when they're contacting these people, so they're basically saying post pro-Biden stuff, what's your rate? Yeah. This kid comes back with 50 grand. Okay, they immediately say yes. But is it on the PAC or is it on the tech platform, the social media platform, as to whether you have to announce or publicly disclose that it's an ad or not?
You basically have to legally self-report yourself. I've received income from this post. Even if you're not selling like a physical good or a commodity, there's labelships for paid partnerships. So yesterday, for example, I put a label on a video advertising an app that's a prayer app, and people go download this app. It's really cool. You should go check it out, basically. But you actually can get in trouble, really, really, really big trouble, both the company and you, largely with the IRS, if you don't report that is income that you received, because you're supposed to have transparency over all of these things. But people aren't reporting that. And they're not even like saying, hey,
but reporting the income is different than whether you have to report it publicly on Instagram or not, right?
I don't know who the overlord agency is reporting the paid partnership label, but you can get in huge trouble if you don't at least put hashtag ad at the end of your video or disclose that it's a paid partnership through the label that you can add on that's built into either Instagram or TikTok as an app. So not only are they asking you, hey, just post this video, and like not telling you need to put the hashtags and make sure that people know that this is an ad, but they're not even telling you make a video about this or advertising our candidate or whatever. They're just saying make a video that makes Joe Biden look good. That's it. That's the only instructions with this.
So I asked a couple friends, I was like, well, what is the policy on this? If do they pay? And like, if they pay, I don't think I would want to take the money anyway, but I just want to know, like, how does this all work? Do they pay or not?
Yeah.
And a few of my friends said, well, sometimes super PACs pay, sometimes they don't, sometimes they pay your expenses, blah, blah, blah. And I just made a decision for myself. I was like, look, I'm not going to take money for this because I think even if that was not even public, just in my own mind, the idea of taking money, I was doing the right thing for the right thing's sake. That's good enough. But then before I did the event, I actually asked the head of the super PAC. I said, just out of curiosity, I don't want money for this, but I'm curious, do you pay speakers at these things? And he said no. That happened to be the way they did it. Some do it another way. But I think that the best thing you could do if you're in our situation as a creator, whatever, is just be upfront about the situation and then let the chips fall where they may.
Totally. Be honest and authentic, because you can tell when people aren't, right? There are obviously many, many, many TikTokers I see scrolling through the platform that have clearly been paid by somebody in some capacity to make content that either A, makes Trump look bad, or B, makes Joe Biden look good. And you know exactly who I'm talking about if you've spent any time on TikTok. But I do think it's really promising that there are so many people being honest about how they're being approached now and kind of removing that veil, at least, right? Because we know that it's happening and everybody has this big open secret. Oh, haha, you're paid off by this party or this candidate or whatever to make this content. But now we actually have the authenticity and the disclosure there that I think is just baffling. I mean, to put things into perspective for you, Dave, like the top influencers with tens of millions of followers on TikTok are reasonably charging like $50,000 per post, which in and of itself is asinine that a brand would pay you $50,000 for like a 15-second video of you wearing their t-shirt or something ridiculous. But they didn't even blink an eye when this kid, who is not a Democrat, he's made that abundantly clear on his page. We've actually reacted to a few of his videos on People of the Internet before, if you remember, but he's just like a kid that does a rant a day, and that's it. Sometimes they're about politics and sometimes they're not. He gets approached by the left, whatever that looks like. I don't know if that's the Biden campaign or the DNC or whatever. And he just throws the most ridiculous number that he possibly could out there, and they immediately say, yeah, okay.